When you choose one meaningful goal each morning, you transform scattered effort into focused power that moves mountains one stone at a time. And that is the thought for today. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. As we head deeper into fall and the days get shorter, I've been thinking about how easy it is to lose touch with people we care about. And here's the thing. When we finally do reach out, whether it's to an old friend or to get support for ourselves, we almost always think, why didn't I do this sooner? That's exactly what people say about starting therapy too. Taking that first step can feel hard, but it's so worth it. BetterHelp makes it easier to take that step. With over 12 years of experience and an industry-leading match fulfillment rate, they typically get it right the first time. And if for any reason you're not happy with your therapist, you can switch at any time. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/7goodminutes. That's better. HELP.com/7goodminutes. Welcome to 7 Good Minutes. I'm Clyde Lee Dennis. Thanks for joining me for what I believe will be 7 of the most enriching minutes of your day. In today's episode of 7 Good Minutes, we talk about morning focus and the power of one big goal each day. Enjoy. In a world that celebrates multitasking and endless productivity, there's something revolutionary about choosing to focus on just one big goal each morning. While your to-do list might stretch endlessly before you, and while the demands of modern life seem to multiply by the hour, the practice of identifying and committing to one significant objective can transform not just your productivity, but your entire relationship with accomplishment and purpose. By the end of this episode, you'll understand how to identify your one big goal each morning, why this practice is more powerful than trying to tackle everything at once, and how this simple shift in focus can create momentum that carries you through your entire day with greater clarity and satisfaction. The concept of one big goal isn't about ignoring everything else on your plate. It's about recognizing that your mental and emotional energy are finite resources, and that by directing your best energy toward what matters most, you create a foundation of accomplishment that makes everything else feel more manageable. When you start your day by completing something meaningful, you build confidence and momentum that ripples through all your other activities. Your one big goal should be something that, if accomplished, would make you feel genuinely satisfied with your day, regardless of what else happens. It might be a project you've been putting off, a difficult conversation you need to have, a creative endeavor that feeds your soul, or a step toward a larger dream. The key is that it should feel both important and achievable within the scope of your day. The morning is the ideal time to identify this goal because your mind is fresh and your willpower is at its peak. Before the day's distractions and energy drains take hold, you have the clarity to distinguish between what's truly important and what's merely urgent. This is when you can connect with your deeper values and choose a goal that aligns with who you want to become, not just what you need to get done. Start by asking yourself what would make today feel meaningful and successful. Not productive in the busy sense, but genuinely fulfilling. What's one thing you could accomplish that would move you forward in a way that matters? This might be different each day depending on your current priorities, energy level, and circumstances. Your big goal should be specific and concrete. Instead of work on my project, try complete the first draft of Chapter 3, or research and contact 5 potential collaborators. Specificity helps your brain understand exactly what success looks like and makes it easier to maintain focus when distractions arise. Consider the timing and energy requirements of your goal. If you're naturally more creative in the morning, perhaps your big goal involves writing or brainstorming. If you have more energy for difficult conversations later in the day, maybe your goal is to have that challenging discussion with a colleague or family member. Align your goal with your natural rhythms for the best chance of success. Once you've identified your one big goal, protect it fiercely. This means scheduling time for it, preferably during your peak energy hours. It means saying no to distractions and less important tasks that might pull you away from what truly matters. It means treating this goal as an appointment with yourself that's just as important as any meeting on your calendar. Break your big goal into smaller, actionable steps if needed, but maintain focus on the larger objective. If your goal is to organize your home office, you might start with clearing the desk, then organizing files, then setting up better systems. Each step contributes to the larger accomplishment, and you can feel progress building throughout the day. When obstacles arise, as they inevitably will, return to your one big goal as your anchor. Ask yourself, how can I still make progress on what matters most today? Sometimes this means adapting your approach, sometimes it means protecting your time more carefully, and sometimes it means accepting that you'll need to continue tomorrow while still celebrating whatever progress you made. The practice of focusing on one big goal each morning trains your brain to prioritize effectively. Over time, you develop a stronger sense of what truly matters versus what merely feels urgent. You become more skilled at protecting your energy for what counts and less likely to get swept away by the endless stream of small tasks that can consume entire days without creating real progress. Some days your big goal will feel exciting and energizing. Other days it might feel challenging or overwhelming. Both experiences are valuable. The days when your goal feels difficult often represent the most important growth opportunities, the moments when you're pushing beyond your comfort zone towards something that truly matters. Remember that completing your one big goal doesn't mean ignoring everything else. It means ensuring that the most important thing gets done first, creating a foundation of accomplishment that makes all your other tasks feel more manageable. When you know you've already achieved something meaningful, the smaller tasks become easier to handle with grace and efficiency. Your one big goal is like the cornerstone of your day. When this foundation stone is properly placed, everything else can be built upon it with greater stability and confidence. You're not just getting things done, you're creating a life of intentional progress, one meaningful day at a time. Tomorrow morning, before you dive into emails or check your phone, take a moment to identify your one big goal. Choose something that matters, commit to it fully, and then watch how this simple practice transforms not just your productivity, but your entire sense of purpose and accomplishment. That does it for today's episode of 7 Good Minutes. Please take a moment to rate and review the show on the platform you're listening on. Until next time, let's be civil to one another out there. Thanks for listening.